For me as an actor, I think the biggest and greatest thing for me is dedication, inspiration, and just having fun. I think that's the biggest thing to me about being an actor. You know, for a lot of what I've done and some of my iconic roles have had so much pride. For me, coming out was a story that not just honestly was a story about a man who is gay, who's coming out to people, and it's about your true self, but it's based on somebody who I was really good friends with who was gay and who did take his life. And when I was researching for that role, I honestly was really trying to really work together what I was going to say, because that is a very tough thing to do, and that is a very honest thing to do, but it's great. It was very tough because you're challenging a role like that, and a role that is very not yourself, and that you broke out your character for that role. That was the hardest part about it. Also, I think that when, with the films I've done, whether it's, with Coming Out and Alone, that suffered very big things, I always like going back to those action movies. I think those are a lot of fun. I think those are a lot of funness to them, and bringing real fun to them, and getting to do these kind of great stuff, and giving people that I like to work through that. That's great as well.
I look at life and I cannot decide.
Yo, what song is this? It's No Mercy. By who? Chris Day. You haven't heard of Chris Day? No, I never have. Oh, well, this guy's super talented. Not only is he a singer, but he's a writer, director, editor, and actor. An actor too? Yeah, in fact, I think that's one of his finest qualities. He's one of the best up-and-coming actors I've ever seen. That's awesome.
Right now's the best time. Yes, I just wanted to tell you that even though you told me that it had to be one of the hardest things you've ever had to do. So I love you, and I appreciate you very much. I love you.
Man, I think that guy deserves an award for the performance that he gave.
You know what? Not just this performance. I think his whole life of performances.
Yeah, now that we've seen all of his movies, I truly think that he's one of the best actors.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we should be nominating him for the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Good idea.
We'd like to dedicate this video to Christopher Day. Congrats on your Lifetime Achievement Award for Best Acting.
Honestly, I love the theater. I love going to the theater, and I love doing the theater. That's such an amazing thing to me, is getting to be in a theater and act in a theater and break this character out of me. That's always been something I found a passion in a lot more. So I definitely like to see a lot more acting. Honestly, what's next? For me, I'd love to play a bad guy. I think that's one of the next ones I really want to do, is play a bad guy and play a Western. For me, growing up, that was always my dream. It was always my dream to be that guy who really wanted to honestly live his dream of being in movies, but when I never thought about acting. I always thought about directing and never thought about acting. So for me, going into that, my parents striving towards that, I remember one of my first plays was in high school, and it was me playing this teddy bear in an asylum play. And it was just the worst experience, because I'm literally on there thinking, this can be more embarrassing because I got to be a teddy bear. So I was, I didn't show much love to the acting like I do now. Like, I'm just grateful and humbled for the opportunities I do, and getting to showcase some of the people who really are striving as actors themselves. Cy Hawk, a lot of these actors, Jonathan Hart, a lot of these guys who have worked their ass off, and made themselves their own.
I'm Richard, and I'm a fucking playboy.
I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of trying.
Why me? Why now? Because of that video that blew up?
Yeah.
I'm 27 years old and they finally decide, hey, I want this kid. For once, we stand by his brothers. We make it home.
Hello, folks. My name is Jonathan Hart, and we're here to honor our good friend, Chris Day. What can I say about Chris Day? An imagination like he has comes once in a lifetime. He's brought us a lot of joy with his short films in his acting career, and he's just a all-around good guy, you know. I wish to work with him one day in a feature film, and yeah, that would be an amazing thing, actually, guys. But I do want to say that I'm very proud of you, Chris, in your induction. You deserve it. You've done a lot of short films, a lot of amazing films, and yeah, you have a really good career going for you, man. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this day as much as I am enjoying, giving an introduction for you. My good friend Chris Day. Enjoy, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Day.
Thank you. I don't really know how to start off with this, but I like to first off thank off God because this is possible. I think it's honestly the truth. We live in a time where there's a lot of honesty and commitment to what we live for. And that's definitely where we start. And, I want to also thank my family, my mother. She taught me that, my father, they taught me that dedication and hard work is what we have to go through. As one of my idols, Denzel Washington, said, if it was easy, there wouldn't be a Jonathan Hart. If it was easy, there'd be no Ted Santee. If it was easy, there'd be no Chris Day. If it was easy, there'd be no Max Vincent. If it was easy, it wouldn't be no Eli Hayes. Hard work is about dedication. Hard work is about commitment. Hard work is about every single thing that we commit to what we do as actors, and that is to strive and be the best that we have. That commitment of being on scene or on stage or even on camera and just committing yourself to what you go through. And don't start out like me because apparently my first film was hanging with the dick out. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of things where you could start off. I just don't recommend going the Playboy route because that's what I did. It's kind of terrible. We strive to be the best that we can be. And sometimes we're going to fall. And when we fall, there's a lot that you can do, but the first thing is pick yourself up. Fall, there's no getting back. There's getting falling, but there's getting back up. Some of the films I've done evolve around that. There's a lot about dedication, there's a lot about hard work, but there's also a lot about failure. And you will fail. I have failed. I'm sure Jonathan has what we've all have failed. There was an audition that I've tried to a few times and haven't gotten. But I prayed. And I prayed, and I got the next one, and I got stronger. We all will fail. But I think the biggest thing is striving yourself to be the best. I want to leave it one before I get, and that is I do want to thank one person who is obviously not here today, who could not be here. When we look at some of the great people who wanted a dream to come true that didn't, that was my brother, Edward Ross. Without him, I would not have finished school. Without him, I would not have committed all the films I have. There's a part of my life that when you strive to be the best that you can be, especially somebody who is hated and loved, and I would say this, hate is a very strong word. No matter how hard you give your performance, there's always going to be love and there's always going to be hate. At the end of the day, it's about giving the best that you can be. Some of the best performances are from that. Look at Jonathan Hart when he did Safe Distance. Look at me when I've done any of the films I've done. Hard work comes with the hard work. And in the end, that's all really you can do. Thank you for this, and very appreciative.